Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be addressing the art starter video, thoughts on Arinad, and we're going to be showcasing the build that he uses as a P100 clown main. So his ideal build, this usually swaps between games he likes to play, but this is the build he gave art starter. So we're going to be working with this one. So we have Cigar Box and the Flask of Bleach. I think these add-ons were given different, but I feel like these are more kind of nostalgic to him. Cigar Box was invigorated. If a survivor or the clown is invigorated, they will see all of the survivors or the killer's aura within 60 meters, depending on who gets it. And the Flask of Bleach, purple bottles slow by an additional 4%, so it takes it from 15% to 19%. This kind of shadow buffs the yellow bottles a little and allows us to do a little more cheeky stuff around loops. We have Save the Best for Last to be able to increase our chase potential and kind of punish a little more. I know Arinad doesn't really like using this perk, but he gave it to Art Starver, so we're going to be using it. This is to decrease our wipe cooldown. Every time we hit a non-obsession, we get a stack. Every time we hit the obsession, we lose 2. Pop Goes the Weasel. I don't know how good this will be on Clown. However, after hooking a survivor, the next generator that we do kick will lose 20% of its progress. I feel like this would work a lot better on killers like Freddy, that have a lot of movement. Scourge Hook Pain Resonance. Pain Resonance allows us to hook a survivor on a Scourge Hook. Whoever is hooked on that Scourge Hook will make the most progressed gen regress by 15% of its progress. And then we have the big perk, Zanshin Tactics. All auras are breakable pallets, walls, doors, windows, all of that good stuff will be revealed to us within 32 meters. I believe Arinad uses this to track like down pallets and track what pallets up, window vaults before he can get to the loop, so he can preemptively set stuff up. Personally, I feel like I don't necessarily need it. However, it might be useful, but we never know. I will see you all in the video. Disclaimer before the video starts, I stream these games from 4 to 10 PM BST time on Twitch. If you would like to see more content, come and see me live, or just have a talk and get in-depth questions about Killer and different playstyles, and learn how I deal with situations live, even in my bad games and even in my good games that I think are good for YouTube. Come and say hi, come join us. We have a lovely community and we'd love to add you to it. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Okay, we have Temple. I've tried recording this video multiple times, but the EU servers have a lag issue at the moment, which is causing the game to be horrible. But this is going to be less kind of talk about gameplay and more about the build and Arinad. So I met Arinad around a year ago. He was a clown main I found recommended on Twitch when I was looking for some clown mains to try and learn clown, because I fell victim to being bullied multiple times by the survivors. And I kind of ventured into his videos and I saw him playing clown a different way. So as I watched and kind of learned from him, and I can't find these survivors. As I watched and learned from him, I kind of developed my playstyle, which I have now, which was solely taught from Arinad. So Arinad is very, very good at teaching people clown. He taught me the kind of playstyle I have today. And oh my god, we finally found someone. Okay. That's why I don't really like these temple maps. They're very all over the place. We should be able to get that hit. Nice. But he's very good at teaching people clown, and he's very good at kind of giving people an understanding, and that clown guide he has made is amazing. It teaches people the main loops, it teaches people what to do with him, and I probably couldn't have done it better myself, so definitely props to him for that. However, the build and the add-ons that were kind of given, I don't really recommend playing with these. Flask of Bleach and Cigar Box is very, very powerful. Don't get me wrong, they are absolutely busted. But if people kind of like learn and rely on these add-ons, it becomes more of an issue. Especially with kind of, it becomes muscle memory of how slow people are with the Flask of Bleach, and using Cigar Box to find people kind of also becomes muscle memory. and it becomes very kind of vicious on you. But then again, Cigar Box kind of helps people with learning survivor movements and knowing when you can and can't get a guaranteed hit. So it's a bit 50-50. Now, the build I find very situational because it relies a lot on the Scourge hooks. And because there's no info, you can't really use Pop Goes the Weasel as efficiently. Just because you don't know what gens are regressing. There is a highly progressed gen for this stage of the game, and I can't use Pop because it's already regressing. So Pain Res and Pop don't really go hand in hand together that well, in my opinion. And it kind of has diminishing returns on itself. So I would definitely say follow the guide and make the most out of it. I don't know whether I'll get that. Ooh, I do. Nice. Follow the guide, definitely make the most out of it, because the guide is absolutely amazing, but build-wise and add-ons, venture with your own stuff. Try and figure out what works best for you. Try and figure out what you find is better. Save the best for last. I know he also doesn't use quite a lot. He doesn't like the way it feels. However, he recommended it in the Ots video, which is absolutely great. Because I think Save the Best for Last is possibly Clown's best perk, and he relies so heavily on it. And the breaking pallet situation, you don't have to break pallets. I know he doesn't, but if you down someone near that pallet, you might as well just kick it. It gets it out of the way. So it's a bit 50-50 in that situation. We do have the Meg here. We're going to kick this, and then we'll do a bottle play. But Arinad is a great clown mate. He's very energetic as well. I will leave his links and everything in the description. But he's absolutely... He's a really good clown, and he's someone I've learned from. A lot of the stuff I do is learned from people like Arinad, a couple of people like Otstarver, and it kind of... It allows people to view clown in a better way. So it's absolutely amazing. The build, however, is just very situational, especially with Pain Res and Pop, because it kind of relies on you knowing what gens are being done and info and all of that. And you can probably get away with so much more for a lot less using something like Jolt. There's less practice in having to kick gens. You know, you're in here. So Cigar Box has given us a ton of value. Plasker Bleach has given us a little bit of value here with the additional slow. She's given up on hook. That's completely fine. But ultimately, I don't think the build and the add-on recommendations are the best. For new clown players, yes, it's very good for learning. However, when you get into like higher ranked games, I feel like you can swap it up and make it your own style. But if you want to definitely learn clown, learn the bottle loops and everything, definitely recommend Arinad. He's probably one of the 3 content creators that actually use yellow bottles, and is very, very good. Kemsy uses them quite a bit, who is the #1 clown player. Then we have Arinad, who is... I don't know where he is on the leaderboards exactly, but he's very good at like bottle loops, and he kind of put clown into a new light for a lot of people. Kind of including myself. I got scuffed on a bottle there, and I have no clue why. But, oh, that's unlucky. Get a little bit of Plasker Bleach value there. But I will leave the guide and Arinad's Twitch in the description. Why was that instant? What? So that bottle was instant, but... Okay. We have to destroy this pallet. I don't think there is a play around it. Because majority of the time people will camp this pallet just because of how safe it is. But it kind of works on knowing what pallets you can and can't play around. Especially like this one. You know, Feng can try looping it to the best of her abilities, but ultimately she won't be able to. Because that is clown. I probably would have never really started using yellow bottles, and I probably would have given up on playing clown if it wasn't for Arinad. The build, as I said, can be swapped for something more of your style. I'll definitely use Jolt instead of Pop. It kind of allows me to not kick a gen, or maybe call it Brine, because that essentially does what Pop does, but more consistent. Pain Res is always a good perk to have. That's why it's high in the meta. But cigar box and flask of bleach, my main issues with them is if people get too kind of focused on them with muscle memory, then it will have diminishing returns. I don't actually know where anyone is, so I'm going to go back to the hook here. Oh, there's David. Okay. But Arinad is a very, very skilled clown player. Oh, we messed up a bottle there. That's fine. He's going to vault the window. That's completely fine with me. Do we get some... No? What's my boy doing? Yeah, we got the grab. Beautiful. But playing around Shack, especially with like Cigar Box is very good for learning survivor movements and how they usually move. But if you can kind of play around the Cigar Box, learn it, and then you take it off, you will be able to do so much like better stuff, especially when you use other add-ons such as Gin Bottle, Sticky Soda, because it allows for more aggression. But a lot of my viewpoints with Clown kind of stays the same as Arinad. The builds may vary depending on playstyles, because ultimately a build is what a playstyle is. Some people don't like kicking gens, so they like more passive aggression, like myself and Kemsey, who is more like jolt usage, etc. We're going to use a bowl here to try and find them. Ah, yeah. So, in my opinion, probably the most OP add-on. Yeah. It's very, Cigar Box is very unfair to play against, just for how much value you can get out of it. But also Cigar Box allows the survivor to not be able to mind game you virtually at all. We messed up that bowl. Possible DS. We'll see here. Flask of bleach will prevent it. Nope. Okay. Don't know what you're doing, my lovely. But yeah. But he's definitely someone you should check out. Did I just lose her? Or is she... What? Right, I must not been focusing because I completely lost her there. But Clown's chase capabilities and his deadliness comes a ton in chases, and he does need help with the gen slowdown. But I don't really think pop works on him, especially if you have pain resonance. You could use perks like Cooler Brine, Eruption, all of that's good stuff, and you get a lot more value. Jansen is really good for finding certain loot. Well, we were able to use Jansen here because we didn't know there was a pallet in the main door there. I can hear Nia nearby. I just... Ah, okay. Hello, my lovely. Oh, not doing very good on the zoning part. Yeah, well. But the build has its strengths and its weaknesses. Jansen, I'd probably say it's more of a comfort perk. It gives value in specific situations, but not many, especially if you have a really good memory of keeping track of what's down, what's up, what gyms what. It's very good, but if you just kind of keep it to yourself, then, you know, it works. We'll try and find the actual David here. Okay, we've got David. He's gone into the comp corner. Right. Because we are Clown, moments like this usually isn't a bother. So we have a hook over there. That's completely fine. We can throw a yellow here for a little bit of a speed boost. We can throw another yellow over there. And then we can just use this as kind of like a mini agitation. If we can get this bowl. There we go. Yep. So a good thing about Clown, especially if you're learning him, use the mini agitation. It's there for a reason. If you have the bottles, just use it. But that is the first game. We destroyed pallets when we had the chance, but I don't really think they dropped any pallets or they even had a chance to drop any pallets. So, yeah. Let's go over the perks here. But overall, the build is very situational, same with the add-ons. You can get latched onto using it, but I'd definitely recommend changing it for what personal preference is. But the playstyle and the guides, definitely keep to that. Learn it. Do all you can. It is absolutely amazing. Lucky break on the Nia, yep. And then we had a fairly meta build, minus the lucky break. We had fairly meta on Feng. We had a run away and heal ourselves build on Meg. We didn't even get to see that, in all honesty. We kind of punished her at Shack. And then we had Funkwise, Iron Will, Kindred, and Open-Handed. So a bit of an aura build on the David, but GG's very well played to all of those. And let's hop into the next game. So we got brought to RPD, and so far the Scourge looks are a little awkward. But never the matter, we'll see what we can do. Now, usually people will spawn in this corner gen over here, as far as I'm aware. The thing with Zanshin tactics is I never really make use out of it. Something I realised after playing multiple games, because EU servers at the moment suck. So after playing many games, I've kind of realised that Zanshin tactics, I don't really notice just anything with the perk. I don't really notice the pallets or anything, primarily for the fact I'm not used to looking out for them, so I don't know how well it will do. I mean, I just kind of like filter all the pallets and everything out. But, yeah, we'll see what we can do anyway. Got that gen upstairs. I'm not too sure if we saw anyone with the cigar box. I'm going to quickly venture over here. Don't think they're on this. Okay, no, so we spawned on the one side. So they're going to be on one of these gens. Hello, Laurie, my lovely. This is a god pallet we have to break. Thank you. But once again, we had no info of where Ace was. We're going to go back here. We'll go after Rebecca. Should be able to get this because of Flask of Bleach. Yep. And she dropped that pallet. Perfectly fine. Oh, we got a bit of the bottle bug here. Wow, that didn't... Okay, we're gonna have to reset this. The issue here is because we got the bottle bug, we weren't able to set it up as well as we wanted it to be. That's fine, and we get this hit. Nice. Beautiful. Yeah, so that was a very awkward loop to work around, especially because we got the bottle bug. If you don't know what the bottle bug is for new players of Clown, when you throw a bottle mid-air, it will swap colour. This happens quite a bit when it comes to Clown, especially when you're using the bottles. That was your mistake, my lovely. We need to teach survivors that farming straight up a hook isn't a good idea. She could have deliverance, fair enough. But... oh, she got that because of the extra 10% speed boost. That's fine. We could have popped that gen on the main, now think about it, but they were taking hits and they were farming off a hook, which isn't ideal. But let's see what we can do. They got one gen done there. Okay, that's breaking the free gen. Nice. And she goes straight back on the hook because they farmed. Now, usually, you know, if they unhook, fair enough. But if you're going to unhook in someone's face, most likely, that's going to be a farm. That gen explodes. We have a Laurie down here. She could have deliverance, but God knows. Everyone's injured here. We know Laurie's on the right-hand side, and we know these two are over here. That's perfect. They'll probably see that gas anyway. That's fine. We're not going to worry too much. Yeah, but with Zanshin, I don't really notice the window vaults and all of that. That's not a farm. That's fine. We're going to get our pop value on this gen. Ooh, nice blast mine. Once again, I feel like Call It Brian could work a lot more with this build, just because it allows for more situations where it can be used. Crawler Brine's basically a better pop in the long run. This map is very, very enclosed. Probably shouldn't be going after Laurie here. Oh, nice. We've got Ace to go after. He 99'd himself. That's resilience. Does Laurie have distortion? That's fine. She ran into me whilst I was going after Ace. They're probably going to get the top gen popped here. But once again, it's just very situational with how this build's used. I don't know where this Ace is. He's running quite well. Ah, here's Ace. Possible Kindred. Oh, we hesitated there. That's fine. Let's get the pickup on the hook. Yeah, but it's very, like, situational. We can't really make use of pop, so I'll definitely get that swapped off. But I think I want to go after, like, Rebecca here. Or Laurie, depending on where she takes me. Kate's here as well. Yeah, we'll go after the Kate. I don't really know why she just dead-hearted, but that's a new one. I don't really understand survivors half the time. Let's get her on the Skurchuk. She died in a very good position for me, because the most progressed gen is regressing. I believe Ace and Laurie might be on this gen. We're going to go check it. Oh, yeah. She can't react to that in time. I'm going to get rid of this pallet just because it's very awkward to play around. But ultimately, they're not really, like, healing before unhooking. Once again, like, Jansen tactics, in my opinion, I kind of turn a blind eye to any of the auras because I'm just not used to looking for them. Maybe if you kind of grew up with Jansen, it could be helpful, but I feel like it could be swapped for a more valuable perk. I'll personally maybe use this build with, like, surveillance. We know Kate's here. That's fine. Slow down enough. We don't get that hit. The pallet was too close. Nice. Let's get you on a hook, my dude. Could have reloaded there, but I'm not too fussed about the reload. I'm going to put him here. And that is our 8-hook game. So far, so good. We were brought to RPD once again. Not too sure who brought us here, because there was very limited offerings. We know Kate is still injured, so I think she's on the left-hand side of the map. Yeah. Let's see if we can get our first kill of the game here. We'll go after Kate. Is that a good bottle toss? Yeah, that's a good bottle. Nice, there we go. We're going to destroy this pallet. Yes, it does corner people, but I don't really want to be looping around here anyway. And let's get the first kill. There we go. Now, we can only go to one of the gens that are being done. We know that gen upstairs is being done. They could be working on 3 different gens, in all honesty. That would be the very smart thing to be doing. But I think I'm going to turn a blind eye to that one, and we're going to go after the 3 gen here. Perfect. That... Oh, gen downstairs got done. That's quite bad. Laurie or sole survivor? That's adrenaline as well. So once again, we probably could have done a lot more if we weren't using pop. We probably could have saved a couple of gens, but even if we like tunneled as well, probably could have got some value there. But we got our person not on himself with resilience. We have, you know, all the kind of big boys in lobbies. We did have an 8-hook game, which is virtually a win as well. So I'll take it. That one dead hard from the Kate as well kind of saved her. You can't go anywhere from that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a slug here. It's probably going to be the badder call, but ideally I want to get this Rebecca gone. Oh, that was unlucky. I should just be able to purple. Yeah, we got that down. Ace is still there. That's a double kill. That's a win. She just left without anything. Soul Survivor 101. But GG's. That was a very good 8-hook game anyway. It's not really much we could have done because we couldn't regress multiple gens. I would ideally... This build would work for me if I replace Pop with Jolt, or just another regression that's more passive. Just because going to the gen that's most progressed and kicking it, or kicking a gen and it losing 20%, it's helpful, but I don't really see it being massively useful. I feel like you could work around that a lot more. Jansen, it will be good for new players, but I kind of turn a blind eye, so it's not really a perk for me. I'd use a perk like Surveillance. And to be fair, if we put Jolt and Surveillance right here, this would be my main kind of like gen regression clown build. Flask of Bleach is very helpful in chases, and Cigar Box is very helpful for locating survivors. So we had Kate with Dead Hard, Kindred, Blast Mine, and Unbreakable. Kindred is a solo Q perk. It's fairly like meta without the Blast Mine, and that Blast Mine kind of caught us off guard and wasted a couple of our seconds. We had Ace with the RPD offering with Wake Up. I'm guessing he's going for the trophy or achievement. Resilience, which we saw him 99 himself with using his medkit, and Sprint Burst. Rebecca had Sprint Burst for Assurance, will make it Bond with a double heal quick medkit, and Laurie was Soul Survivor, which we called out, Windows of Opportunity, Kindred, and Adrenaline. But very well played to all of these people. But ultimately, for the build, it works for some people, but I think a more experienced player would benefit a lot more from some other perks. But that is just personal preference. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you later.